The other day, I watched a film. This is a film. Someone would even say that I underwent a filmographic experience. And I watched this movie, Jitsu. This is a movie I've never heard of before. Never heard of it. But I was scrolling through. I think it was on Netflix. I was scrolling through. Never heard of this movie. And I saw Nicolas Cage. And I was like, all right, a Nick Cage movie I've never heard of. I'm in. Now, you might not know it by looking at this poster here. You might not know it. But I want everyone in the chat right now, just real quick, to guess who the main character of this film is. Just guess. Right? And then look, right? Like, you know, you see all this. But, like, I just want you to guess who the main character is based on how this poster is laid out. So anyway, so I watched this movie. I turned it on. It's maybe based on a comic book or graphic novel, something like that. Anyway, this movie came out in 2020. And so I turned this movie on, and I'm like, where the fuck is Nick Cage? Nick Cage is not, like, he, like, has, like, one small appearance, right, in, like, the first 10 minutes. But, like, he has no dialogue until, like, 35, 40 minutes into the movie. Right? Like he is a very minor character. So I watched this movie. I'm like, oh, Nick Cage movie. It's got, like, jujitsu. Sounds cool. This motherfucker is, like, he is, like, one minor character, right? And then, like, at the end, he has, like, an epic fight or something at the end. But that's pretty much it. He's in the movie for, like, a combined amount of time of, like, if the movie's like an hour, which I don't know how long the movie is, like, but just percentage wise, like, Nick Cage would be in, like, 5 minutes of it. Like, he is not, like, at all, like, but when Nick Cage is, like, his scenes in this movie, Nick Cage, really good. Really good. Like, when he's in this movie, he's really good, right? So, but anyway, so, also, if you're looking at this movie poster, okay, so Nick Cage is in the main character, so it must be, what, Tony Jaa? Wrong. It's actually the guy in the corner. The guy who's, like, barely visible with his, like, arm like this. That's the main character. Yeah, the guy who's, like they almost forgot to put him on the poster, and then they photoshopped him in the last minute. But anyway, so he's the main character. Anyway, so this movie, it's decent. Like, it's like it's an action movie. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of cool stuff in this movie. With the camera, there's, like, first person fighting in this movie. Like, the camera's on one of the characters as they're going like this, and so, like, you see their fists from a first person angle. That kind of stuff is cool. I thought a lot of the camera work in this movie was pretty interesting. But, like, the plot is, like, so there's, like, an alien that, like, uses a comet to, like, warp gate into, like, a temple, and then, like, he wants to, like, fight people for fun. The plot, honestly, I don't, like, it was all over the place, and it was really only there just as an excuse to show people fighting. It's an okay movie. It's okay. Like, I don't know. It's definitely okay. Like, I would probably guarantee you I'll never watch this movie again. Right? Like, I'll never watch this movie again, probably. But, like, it's okay. Like, if you are someone that's, like, into Nick Cage movies, this would be on the bottom of the list, because he's barely in the movie. He's really only there to sell the movie, right? That's the only reason I watched it. But as a movie, it's okay. Like, it's not bad. It's not like a bad movie. I wouldn't say it's bad. Like, I enjoyed the fight scenes, right? If you like action movies, right? If you like fighting and, like, if that's your thing, watch this movie. If that's not your thing, maybe skip it. But it's okay. I don't know. It's cool. Like, it's cool. It's like, there's a lot of cool style to it. Like, there's, like, comic book panels, right? Some of the other characters are pretty fun and interesting, right? Like, and the fight, like, but really the fighting is the only thing that this movie has going for it, really. And, the fighting is good, right? So, like, if you really like fighting movies or action, kung fu, that kind of stuff, watch it, give it a shot. If not, then maybe skip it. But, it's alright. It's alright! That's all I got to say. It's alright! And, so that's the review.